Hello, welcome back to Stupid Science and Pseudoscience. I'm your host, Kylie, and today our expert is William. He's brought us to question, are ghosts real? Joining us today are Kason and JJ.
Hi.
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 William, can you tell us a bit more about ghosts being real? What do you already know about ghosts? William, you can start.
They're like spirits that just kind of roam the world, and sometimes they're scary.
Did you have any prior knowledge other than that, like other than what they were, like prior knowledge as to might be real?
Oh, I mean, I could give examples like dogs barking in random corners.
Okay.
Because dogs can sense spirits, so.
Kason, what about you? What was your prior knowledge?
That they are, and they can appear in places like a place they once lived, a place they liked to go a lot, where they died, their grave, and sometimes even random places.
Interesting. And JJ, what about your prior knowledge?
So I really don't know that much about anything I would know about like how ghosts would maybe. But I mostly just knew that like ghosts can appear mostly anywhere, like Kason said, but also like that they're able to make sound, and like sometimes they make things move and float.
That they could affect the world around them? Cool. Alrighty, would you guys like to start the discussion about why ghosts are real or not?
Yippee!
Okay.
So, like I said, dogs just bark in random corners. And, also, sometimes, like, people will take a group photo and then they'll look back on the photo and just see it like a random person, or like the person, you can kind of see through them a little bit but not completely, and they'll just see it in the photo even though there was no one there. And also some people say they have came in contact with ghosts.
Alright, interesting. And Kason, would you like to tell us about your opinion on ghosts?
I think that sometimes most people who think that they have seen a ghost was from mold and it causing hallucination, and maybe even carbon monoxide, which is also known as smoke, and maybe they saw a figure in the smoke even though the smoke was just moving along. And maybe those people who seen them told other people that they were real, and but they actually weren't. They were just hallucinating.
Alright, interesting. And what about your stance on ghosts?
I'm more with William on that ghosts are real, because I've looked up like I've seen videos of different people seeing like ghosts and like them moving stuff and then throwing stuff across the room, so I think they're real.
Alright, interesting. Mold and the hallucinations. Do you guys think it could be perhaps sleep paralysis? I know we were talking a lot about that last week.
Yeah, probably, because they might think they're seeing ghosts during their sleep paralysis episode.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the mold could, because everybody knows how mold can sometimes grow in unusual ways. Like, maybe people thought that was a shadow if it was like black mold, or maybe they thought it was outlined if it was like a green kind of mold.
Do you guys have any like personal experiences that lean you one way or the other?
So in my house, sometimes like the floor just creaks randomly, and I think
I have something to add to that. The creaking is probably just the house repositioning itself due to the temperature and the doors opening and closing. If a window is open, the wind could be closing the door, and sometimes, like if the house is on a slant, the door could shut itself by being pulled by gravity.
Okay. I know that lots of people have had perhaps experiences with ghosts, and maybe they weren't caused by mold or sleep paralysis, and maybe they're caught on camera. Do you have any explanations of that?
I don't have any, like, I don't think that, like, because seeing the videos of it happening, I don't think that there's any way that could be CGI'd into it. Mostly because the people are acting. Like, because if they were acting, that would be like perfect acting for it.
But something I have to say on the video, you know that videos can be edited, right? Well, maybe it was just edited, or like it would, and maybe it was just like a person was like made less transparent, and like they did some layering or something, and they edited other stuff to make the person look like a ghost when actually they were just a normal person.
Okay. And I know that there are lots of devices to like energy, that would perhaps be ghosts. Do any of you have any idea how that could might not be ghosts?
so.
William, you can start.
So some of them will like pick up movement, and if ghosts are moving around, they would pick it up.
Yeah, there are some that track movement.
I think it could be just like the wind, or just electricity after like a thunderstorm, maybe for the energy, or maybe just static electricity for the energy.
Okay. JJ, do you have any opinions about those?
Not really, not that much.
Okay. And we're talking about the movement ones, but what about the ones that track like I don't want to say residual energy, but the ones that would track. Okay. And I know that there are some that track kinetic energy, like the energy that happens when people or things exist near something that it can pick up. What about those?
Again, the wind could be moving, and the thing could think it's a ghost or apparition or whatever, but it's actually just the wind. Because mechanic stuff like that doesn't always work. Like if you have at least 3 eyewitness reports of the same at the same place and time, then that would lead me to believe that ghosts are in fact real. But just a tracker or whatever, it could be the wind.
Okay. William, have you done much research about those kinds of devices that track movement or kinetic energy?
So there's there's some kinds that like what the ghosts are EMF readers. So I'm guessing what they do is like maybe ghosts talk at a different frequency than humans can hear, kind of like the dog whistle or whatever. And if you use that thing, it'll transfer it into a frequency humans can hear.
I know that there is a way of trying to communicate with ghosts that someone would put a blindfold headphones on with, like I said, radio signals that keep on switching and through so many different radio signals that can translate words. I find those really interesting. Have you done any research on those?
No.
Okay, wait. What do you guys think about ghosts?
I still think ghosts are real.
Okay.
I'm kind of being pushed over the edge to the point where I think ghosts are real. But I'm also resisting.
Like you're trying to stick with what your old mindset was because you want to feel right.
But no, what I mean is like, I'm using logic to,
Okay. JJ?
I'm still with that ghost are real because all the information that I've heard, even though that could be more than just hallucination, but I still believe that ghosts are real because all the videos of like showing what like people seeing ghosts and like ghosts throwing stuff at them, I think that would help me believe that ghosts are still real.
Alrighty. Thank you all. That was some really interesting information. Thank you for tuning into Stupid Science and Pseudoscience.
Thank you for listening to Stupid Science and Pseudoscience, a podcast in collaboration with Conneaut Lake Middle School in Pennsylvania. This week's expert was William. Our host was Kylie. Discussion was provided by JJ and Kason. This week's sound engineer was Bella. Our technical advisor is Miss Ellis. For more information on today's topic or to listen to the next episode, visit our website at tinyurl.com/CLMS-podcast. Again, that's tinyurl.com/CLMS-podcast. Have a weird day.